Commissioner Buckley?
Here.
Commissioner Taylor?
Here.
With one present.
Awesome. As you wish, please stand for the invocation and pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, we come to you today, ask for your blessing upon us as we try to do what's best for the county, make the best decisions that we can for our constituents and the people that have us in these positions, dear Lord. Dear Lord, please guide those that are sick. We have a lot of our own family here that need your help, dear Lord. Please be with them, comfort them, guide them. I ask this in your Son, Jesus Christ's name. Amen. So, I'll get this one done. All right, so of course, there we go. And the second slide is, okay, Harold is at a floodplain kind of a conference or something, 1 day training, whatever, down in Perryville. So that's where he's at. They'll teach him all about a nice way to tell someone they must tear down what is left of their house after the flood. So not only did you tell them the bad news, then you got to tell them worse news. So I'm glad he's doing that. He can talk tough.
Well, the one thing, the county, being a class 1 county, we have to have a floodplains manager. And when Bob died, Bob did it, and Harold had to step into that. So Harold had to go to this conference, and he's been approved, but he has to go to this stuff. So we missed Bob, but Harold had to take his place.
And the consent agenda.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Sorry, approval of the minutes and this, well, whatever. We need to amend the agenda, if you would, Karen.
Okay, and we are gonna, the first one we're gonna add to it is approval of a contract with the DNR, which Mike got for eradication. And Mike, you wanna tell us what that's about? This is what we're adding to the amendment. Mike applied for a grant.
Do we just gonna?
We'll just do it, and you can
If you
talk
don't
to
mind.
him.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mike.
It's just approval of a contract with the DNR.
And to add the,
And then the second one is to add the request for sealed bids for fiber service, and that was from IT.
all right. And I'll second that. All right, I'll make a motion, aye. I'll approve.
Okay, I'll make a motion
Aye.
to approve those.
Yeah.
Do they have to be separate, or can we do them both in one?
I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll do that together, just amend the
Okay.
agenda.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
There we go. I'll get on track here, guys. I'm sorry. A lot of good information and not enough time. So, let's entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
I second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Okay, no tabled items. Let's go into general business. Item 1. Change the rule to allow partial payments on the county taxes. And I guess that's really all we're doing, is just changing the rule, guys, to where it said before you had to pay them all in full. And in March,
March 5th will be, once people are enrolled, that will be their first ACH payment.
awesome. So that is to allow for the partial payments.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we change the rule to allow for partial payments on county taxes, and,
I'll second that.
yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
How is that gonna work? So we'll get our tax bill now, and
Yeah,
then,
this will be for 2025 and will be based on the prior year's amount. It will start in March, so for the next 9 months, people can pay installment payments. Your last bill will be in December, and whatever remains, that bill will be for that.
So you're basically making installments ahead of time?
Yes.
It'll be for your 25
Real estate
taxes.
only at this time. Real estate only.
Yeah. All right. Any other comments? Yes, Rich?
So it sounds to me as what this means is that's really the start, and if you will, of budget payments. You know, if people make a partial payment, did they become automatically enrolled in budget payments? Or how does
It's
that work?
considered budget, but installments is what they refer to, and it will just lighten their load at the end of the year all at one time, having to come up with the
So it'll
amount.
be really installment payments,
Yes.
not really a budget.
Correct.
I mean, budget for you and installments for us, how's that?
And
Yes.
it's gonna be held as a escrow type.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Nothing else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, number 2. Wage addendum for the road and bridge Teamsters agreement. We had our union meeting with the road and bridge guys, and anything else you want to add? We're giving, of course, it's more along the lines of 2% on their pay scale, and is what we're approving here, and with their 3% across the board for their COLA.
Yeah, well, we had a meeting with them, and probably in the future, like a lot of county projects, when we take advantage of road and bridge, because I mean, these guys, they do a great job. The bridges, we got some future plans in the future for maybe using them for other projects that we can do, and they save the county a lot of money in some of the projects they do. And really, that out there is run smooth. We know we can take advantage of what we have with the guys we have. They're very qualified, and you know, we just really looking to make sure we keep what we have, take advantage of what they know, and we think this is the best way. And that's what we decided.
A lot of our projects in-house, as you guys know, on the Berry Road Bridge, not Berry Road, that's not an in-house, sorry Clay. On the Cedar Run Bridge, in-house, I mean, you saved over $600,000 on just building that in-house. You know, we're looking at the future building up north. If we could do most of that work in-house, we'd save a lot of money on that one. When you don't have to send all these out to be engineered like for the building, and our guys can do all the work and do a great job on it, we're gonna save a lot of money. So this is kind of getting us set for a little bit of the future, and then next year is our big one, Clay. It's the contract with the whole contract, so.
Yeah, and you know, we just that's very well run out there. We just looking in the future, what we can take advantage of and use those guys for. So I think you'll see the improvements as we go. You'll understand why we did it.
And to add to what you're saying, the engineering firm that we use for our bridges has told us that it is very uncommon for a county to build their own bridges like
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
We have a
It's
very
not common.
talented bunch of
Yes.
guys.
It's not common at all.
We like to keep them.
Need a motion?
Okay, so I'll make a motion that the wage addendum road and bridge Teamsters agreement, that we approve it at 2%. With the 3% COLA added, yes.
I'll second that. Any questions?
So just to clarify, it's an overall 5% increase from the 24 rates?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah. Rich? Was it?
No, I was just gonna say you guys talk too much.
Oh,
But,
sorry.
Regardless, does this become a wage increase?
The 2% definitely
Yeah.
is.
So it's a wage increase for 2025?
Yes.
Yes,
And 2025 is a contract year anyway.
yes.
Yes. You're exactly right.
It will be an advantage to us, Rich, in the future.
So, we just try to be, sorry, somebody else have a question? Okay, so, Rich, I know we talked a lot, but we just want to make sure that people understand where we're coming from, and I know it's just as easy to say, oh, and we pass it, but we do talk a lot, thanks.
Well, you know, on one hand, it's a smart ass comment,
Exactly.
but on the other hand, you know, it's really important to know what's going on.
Exactly.
To your point, I've seen them in operation, and they are fabulous. I put them up against anybody myself, so 2% probably is
Well,
minuscule compared to what they do.
We might as well say 5%, like Amber did bring up. I mean, you're really talking a 5% increase, but, the way we try to do it is, you know, be fair across the board, but if you know what our guys save us, I mean, look at the insurance we have just because of those guys. I mean, there's a lot of things that save us over time, and that's one of them. And I know that, I don't think any of the county people would like to get rid of that insurance anytime soon, because it's better than I've ever had.
Thank you.
So, thank you, Rich, I appreciate it. All right, nothing else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, same sign. All right, 3. Okay. This is for the jail medications. Anybody to speak on that? Anybody from the sheriff's department want to speak on that, or? It's the Health Direct Pharmacy, contract for the jail medications. Something that has to be done with the,
So originally, they solicited bids back, I think it was in September,
Sorry,
maybe
Greg.
before that in August. No bids were received, so they went out and obtained a contract with Health Direct, and it just needs
Well,
to be approved.
Yeah, one thing about Health Direct, they're right here local, they're quick, and I think it's a major asset to the jail right there. They're local.
My understanding, it was considerable cost savings over.
Yes, it's
I
very.
didn't put you on the spot, Greg, I'm sorry.
Okay, you need a motion?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with Healthcare Pharmacies for, contract at the jail for the pharmacy.
That was Health Direct, right?
Health Direct.
That's fine. I'll second that. Any other comment? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right. 4.
I do have a question.
Oh,
If you would
yes.
Go back to the wage addendum
Oh,
issue.
yes.
Is that for all road and bridge employees?
For the contract.
That's for the union.
For the
Union only.
union contract.
Yeah.
Just needed
I
a
got you.
clarification there.
I understand. All right, permission to invalidate parcel from tax sale collector.
Yeah, this was a billboard, my first tax sale back in '23 that was purchased by someone. And, they were told by the title companies that there is no history on that particular sign. I believe it's the original old wooden sign of Bonneville Hotel that's not there anymore.
Oh.
They could not do a title search, which is part of the required steps when you purchase from the tax sale. And if I understand correctly, after talking to Eric and a couple other collectors, it's just considered an improvement. And so we feel that the person they can't go any farther, they can't contact, they can't do any other steps. So we'd like to invalidate it and refund their money back to them.
And do we need that, well, you have all the parcel numbers and everything, if somebody would like to
Yeah.
look that good. Okay, just to make sure that we've got all that in place, that way,
Yeah.
if somebody has a question, they can look it up and.
Yes. And Linda, do you still have that?
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the permission to invalidate the parcel at the tax sale for the collector, and that's in the Ontario area, right?
Yeah, it's off of Highway 67 and Hedge Apple.
Okay, Highway 67 and Hedge Apple.
I'll second that. And any comments?
If you want a total, $188.81 is the total.
And that's for $288.01.
And 81 cents.
81 cents.
And yes, and second that, that was in his motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, so we're going to the other one, Carrie, the contract for DNR.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a motion to approve permission. No, go to the next.
Oh, well, we've gotta do the approval of the contract before we go to the next slide. So we're gonna approve the contract for DNR first.
Okay. You put
Because,
it up on.
yeah, and Mike, would you mind coming up and, I don't have it on a slide, I don't wanna go to the next slide without doing this one first, so kind of put it in motion of the right side, so. This is
So
the DNR.
back before I came on board here, the Missouri Department of Natural Resources worked with the county to purchase some land adjoining what was then called Bone Hole. I think it was 118 acres that they either financially gave the money to the county, or they bought the property and donated. I think that they gave the money to the county to purchase it. So with that, they had drawn up an upland restoration program for the property, the Missouri DNR did, and it's kind of it kind of precedes and supersedes everything else that would go on with the property, as their goal is to restore what has been kind of messed up by the mining industry over the years, kind of restore it back to an upland prairie land. So they solicited bids to start this project of invasive species removal at the park, and we as the county bid on the invasive species removal, and we ended up winning the bid for the sum of $2,250 per acre is what we would charge them for the actual invasive removal, and then another $250 for the upkeep of it, burning, creating the burn plans and putting out to keep any of the invasives from coming back. And we were awarded that bid, I think, a week and a half or so ago. And if the commissioners approve, the contract for it, then I think our notice to proceed is to come out this coming Monday, the next Monday that we have.
Okay, so
Thank you very much.
what I'll do, I'm just gonna make a motion to approve the Owl Creek Restoration Project bid from DNR.
And that will be restoring the back to the natural habitat of 118 acres.
I will second that. And Mike, was there anything else you want to add or anything to that?
I don't think so.
Okay, thank you for that description.
You want me to stay here in case there's any questions?
Just, you stay right there for a second. Any other questions on that? Okay, hearing none. All in favor of that, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. And hearing none, that passed. Thank you. I'm glad you're up there. I really am, because the next slide is yours.
So with this, the bid that we won is going to be quite a bit of extra work. So I'm looking to bring on a restoration biologist for the upland restoration project through the DNR. Their salary will come well, not directly, I guess it would be reimbursed by the money that we bring in from the DNR contract.
All right, and also, guys,
There is one thing I would like to say to that.
Yes.
So the person that comes in, the primary duties will be to assist me with the eradication of the invasive species from the months of November through March. And then during that outside time, it'll be regular park duties. And that's because of the Indiana backlash.
Right, and I was gonna say, the reason we have to get started is because the bats have moved out, and while they're gone, we need to do a lot of this work. So before they move back in, right, they can come back and get their condos they were in, we need to make sure all those trees and stuff are eradicated that we need to eradicate.
And I did have the approval for a 2025 hire to help out with this. But like you said, our notice to proceed will come out Monday, so we need to get as much done as we can before March 31st.
And that's all about, I'm sorry, real fast, just like you said, need to get this person in November, December, there can be work going on, and we don't start the first of the year, we're finally, okay, now we get somebody in, it's March, and bats are starting to move back in, so.
If we get this going, I'll actually consider us lucky to have someone in here this year. Realistically, it'll probably be real close to the end of this year or the first part of next year.
I got you.
But at least we could get it going.
Amber?
So to clarify, this isn't a new position?
It is a new
Correct?
position.
It's just hiring someone that was our only budgeted for 25, correct?
Yes.
So you added a full-time and then a part-time
Right.
position?
This will be a full-time salaried position.
Okay, yeah, that's all.
Thank you. And I do have the job description in case you want a copy of that, I didn't know if you guys seen
And with
it.
that, I also want to
Okay.
ask that we can go ahead and have it graded on the salary schedule.
Yes.
We have a job description and a salary in a grade 6.
Did you hear that? Grade 6 is what it'll be.
Grade 6.
Grade 6, okay. Thank you. Yes, that was, thank you very much, because I forgot to ask that earlier. All right.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve an emergency hire for the Owl Creek Restoration Project bid from DNR
At a grade 6.
at a grade 6 level.
We'll second that. Any other discussion?
Yeah,
Rich, did we
I
talk
have
too
a
long?
question.
Go ahead, Rich.
When you talk about, you know, if we're limiting the cutting of hardwoods to wintertime only, which is well known for the bats, what invasive species are there that are hardwoods out
It's
there?
not just the cutting of the hardwoods, it's disturbing right next to it. So if we had a big cedar tree right next to a scaly bark hickory that the bats were, you know, were raising their young in, and that cedar fell over on that scaly bark and rubbed all the bark off and all the babies fell out, then it would be the same.
Really, Rich, this invasive species, this is the same thing that held up the West County project. There wasn't a tree on the job, but it took 6 months to do the investigation.
Berry Road as well.
But we
Yeah.
have,
This also plays to our benefit, so we're kind of doubled in here because we have to cut all of this out, well, not all of this, but we have to cut out for our trail, our phase 2 trail
Yeah.
system that will be starting next year after that March 31st. So we'll be getting paid by DNR to do that
so
this time.
they also have a thick bunch of cedars that are coming out. I like Mike because he knows all about that other whatever tree that was he just mentioned. I have no idea what that is. But and the Mount Olive, what's that thing called?
Autumn olive.
Yeah,
or
autumn
Russian
olive. Yeah, that has to get out of there too. So and
The
it's getting
cedars,
thicker.
the autumn olive, the honeysuckle bush, the multiflora rose.
I think, Mike, I know when we first started that, talking to the girls from up there, and I think you know way more than I do on this, they're actually wanting to restore that back to really the natural,
The native prairie.
native prairie
So
of Missouri.
we will be replanting the native prairie grasses, you know, that'll be 6-8 foot tall and.
Good. Well, that's
Thank
why I
you.
like, Mike knows all about that.
Thank
I
you.
like it.
Well,
Thank you, Rich.
Commissioners, I would like to clarify that whether it's the West County Sidewalk Project, Owl Creek, or Berry Road Bridge, which is receiving direct federal funding. That is why we're limited to this Indiana bat migration, so that when you see the county crews out cutting trees, hardwoods, year-round, we can, because we're not receiving federal funding to clear the roadways. So we cut them year-round. We're not restricted to that.
The personal and public can do that.
Right.
You know, as well.
Gotcha. Thank you, guys. I guess we're you ready. Oh, you already did. I second. Any other comment? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Good. Thank you,
Thanks, Mike.
And I do, if anybody needs it, I do have a job description for that. And we're gonna post that on all kinds of stuff, so. All right, how about this? How about an emergency purchase on a boiler?
Okay, Brian, we're gonna talk about this. This is,
Come on up, Brian.
yeah, come on up. We've been having boiler issues at the jail since really back in March of last year, really before that. And we're gonna let Brian talk on it and kind of give you an explanation what's going on.
We have 2 boilers at the jail for the hot water, for showers and cleaning. One of them went out, I think, back in March of last year. It's been on order since then. They keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. The heat exchanger was bad on it. The other one has just as many hours on it as the one that went out. We've been limping by ever since. Carrie found a new vendor for $26,032 to purchase a new one within 4 days.
And that's installed.
That's installed.
Yeah, that's installed. What we've been having problems with, we actually ordered one on April 1st of this year and haven't received it yet. And our backup one right now, which is just a backup, if it goes out, we have no hot water out there. And considering the issues we've had in the past, we wanna make sure we don't have any more issues. So we actually need this replacement put in. The one we have now is the backup, and we will keep the other one on order, cause we know we're gonna need two of them.
Eventually.
So
we'll-
even though it's costly, it's way cheaper to do this than go into the situation we lose hot water out there and somebody don't like it, and we have a lawsuit over it. So we kinda wanna knock out two things at once here. Yeah.
We're probably, how many people we got, Greg? 200 people?
Close to it.
It's an issue nobody wants to face, but it could happen, so I think we'll be ahead of the game here.
And they're wired up, it goes from 1 to 2, it rotates automatically.
And our next step is to get with Amber and find out where we're gonna pay for this.
Okay.
I know. We
I
gotta, we
reached
gotta
out
find
to the
something
sheriff.
somewhere, I don't know,
I
but.
guess the sheriff does not have phone service, I'm assuming he's on vacation.
Right.
I sent
He's
him
a-
an email. The sheriff has no idea what this cost him, but I'm gonna need some money.
Oh, I know.
We're gonna
Yeah.
need some
So,
money.
hey, we're gonna emergency purchase this, but we gotta find some money somewhere to pay for it now, so.
I don't have
Well, we
nothing to
might
do with
if
the
it
jail.
goes through the vote, so. Yeah, so donations are welcome.
Figure it out.
Okay. Thank you. That's why I looked at Amber and said if we could, when we find the money.
Okay. I
When
need
you
to
do
make
your
a
motion though, will you include the vendor name and the
Yes.
amount?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that it's an emergency purchase?
Thank you.
I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the emergency purchase of a boiler from American Boiler out of St. Louis. And it will be for $26,032 maintenance, and that will be installed.
And I will second that. Did you get that, Linda? Okay, all right. And any other questions? Yes, we are in hot water now, so. We're gonna.
Thank you, Brian.
Appreciate it. Figured Kevin wasn't here, I might as well throw some out there, right? So, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, same sign. All right. Okay, so, oh man, uh-oh. Next regular meeting will be Tuesday.
Nope,
No, no, no.
What do we need? Oh, Nick. Sorry, Nick. Hey, Nick, come on up. Sorry. I did get it put on, right? We did amend it.
Jones, IT Director. We're just looking to go out for bids for the fiber service for all county buildings. Our contract is about to run out. I've already talked to our current contract company, and they said that once it runs out, we'll go month to month at the same rate until we decide on which company, if there's more than one company that bids.
Does everybody have fiber now?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Well, that goes along with it. All right, so.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion to approve the request for, sealed bids for fiber service for the county in all buildings, IT.
I'll second that. And is there any other questions? All right, hearing none. Everyone approve, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right. Now, sorry guys. Thank you, Nick. I almost missed you there. Next regular meeting will be Tuesday, December 3rd. And the reason we will not be here next week is because we won't be here next week. We're all going to our MAC conference, and we're going to learn some stuff and hopefully come back and continue to do the job we do. Anything else? And let's see, items must be in by 10 a.m. on December 2nd. All right, here we go. Okay, that's the one we're going to, so. Let's see, it will be Sunday through Thursday, yes. And then, all right, any other business that may arise? Correspondence? Public comment? Department reports?
I do wanna make a comment on, I know I see Clay out there. Owl Creek, I've been getting lots and lots of calls, people really enjoying Owl
It is
Creek. So I
great.
wanted to
Yes.
appreciate Mike and him out there for what they do, because I'm not gonna say tons, but usually on Sundays, I'll get over the weekends now calls and people really enjoying that, and I think we're really on something here to make that really a good for the county over there.
It's being heavily utilized already.
Yes.
And while they're walking, you get the call, this is an
Yeah.
awesome park, so I love it, makes it all worthwhile, so. Yep, thank you guys, thank you, Karen. I guess, hearing none,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.